grabbed up
poultry business.
about
We grew the chickens.
7 or 8
We rented a
or 9
place
of
in
them,
Crestview
and
to
run
dress
down,
them.
but I
He took orders,
must have gone
and we would.
about
he would run
75
poultry
yards about that, maybe 100 yards.
And
It sort of downhill.
Scotland, we heated
And,
the water there. And we had a chicken
That
picker.
we lay on our back and watch those planes coming in. Boy, they'd almost take our
You
heads.
brought it, and you turned it electric, you turned it on, you
They'd
hold it
always
up
come
there
in
and
over
keep the
us when they were
peppers
going.
out. Of course, it's about a year
Right.
at the
First-
same time while you just
well,
beat
the
that
second day
big
we were
chicken
on,
peppers out.
We were laying on
Well,
our
then,
backs watching them
when
come
he
in
got that
before we
way, he
moved
turned it
out.
over to me,
And they
and I would
dropped, I
clean
guess it
them
was
out, dress them, you know.
250 or 500
pack them in
pounds.
ice, and
We
I would
watched that
deliver
thing
them.
come in, we thought it was
You
going to hit right
know,
on us,
he'd
but
go
it
on
only
dressing,
hit
you
about
know, while I was gone.
maybe
But
50
then
yards
when
out in
dinner time
front.
came,
We were bouncing like mad,
just
sand
when I would
going
cook it
everywhere.
down, we had little
So that's why
oil.
we wanted to get them as far out as we could.
Right.
Because they didn't have the sights they have today.
And he would
Back
sit
then,
down
they
there
were
and
just
eat that
visual
chicken
sights.
Right.
with blood, chicken blood spattered
So,
all over.
It didn't
Anyway,
No, it don't
I got
bother.
down there,
Somebody
and
said
of
one-
course I'm
said
looking
when we
around,
dressed
and I didn't
meat,
take my
he'd go
rifle
out in the
with me.
field and he'd
I had a
hang
carbine.
it up on something.
But I had
And-
my
and
pistol.
he'd
I just one
kill-
under my
shoot,
coat here.
kill it.
It was one that
And
Yeah.
he'd
Daddy gave me. It said a
cut-
little
hang it up there,
32.
Yeah.
cut it, pull
But I
it,
just
hide
carried
it.
that in case.
And-
They always
and he
wanted you to have a
would
gun.
send
And a lot
deliver
of times things
to
you
the
do
house
and
to
get
me
in the
to
way.
cook.
So I figured I got that.
While
That's
he
okay.
finished the beef, we didn't have
And,
freezers at that time, they had quick freezers.
So anyway, I
And we had to
spread
set
them
our
out and I
food
put
to a quick
a little
freeze
sand
bag
on each corner
Oh.
and
so
leave
it
it.
wouldn't blow.
Oh.
Same if the wind
We
wouldn't
would
blow
do
away.
that, see, I didn't take
And I
that.
just got through with the last one. And I was down on my knee.
And he
when
would
they
come by
unloaded
and
it.
eat that chicken.
Shot
that
hit.
liver,
Now, I
and-
don't
and
feel
have
that
the
I
other
was
ready
hit
to
then.
go on
I
to
didn't
the
feel it
freezer.
because
And
of the
then
concussion.
somebody said one
from the
day,
Right.
you can go out there and eat
But it
that.
knocked me down on
Why
my
not eat
stomach.
that after I
So
eat you?
run through my mind
Oh,
real
said, I
quick.
could run one down in the
They're
field,
firing
steak
for
off and eat it.
range. They're going to adjust the range and then fire for effect, but they would be
I can't
shooting
eat
for
it
the hill. But I
if it
couldn't understand why they were
Yeah.
shooting so
You
far
want
down
cooked
at
really
me.
well.
I should have thought about that. But
See,
anyway,
that's just a thing with
I
me.
raised up on one knee.
Well, I think
But see, I'm
Just
knowing.
got to get up, and the next one knocked me through the air.
We fixed it, and I know
And
it's
good, fresh.
What was it hit you? What size shell?
it was,
And see,
you know,
now,
roughly around a
I'm not
40
going hard.
millimeter
Yeah,
artillery piece.
right.
If they don't have to
And it hit you in the
tag
knee?
off,
Or
I
you
don't know
know?
where it hit.
Don't know.
I don't think it hit. It hit and exploded in the
I don't want it.
Yeah.
fragments.
But
Did
roast
that
and
part.
steak, I like.
If it had hit me,
Don't
it'd have
name
blown me
it or don't
apart.
give it an identity.
So it hit somewhere in the
I
shrapnel.
don't know, it's just,
Somebody
just
got
a thing with me.
And so
I
when I
wouldn't want
hit,
to be shooting those people and telling
then
that
I was a little stunned, but I raised up on my
You
seat,
got
so
to
you
do it.
pushed my hands up.
Don't name it.
Felt something funny, because I was a little stunned, you know, trying
Yeah,
to
I know
keep
this
things,
is
but when it
rich.
was my stump
Oh, this
here,
is great.
trying to get it, I didn't have a brace for my leg. Then I looked and saw the bottom of my boot there, so I knew that I'd been hit. And then, of course, the middle part of the leg was all gone. So I got that leg. I wasn't going without that leg.
Right.
And I went to dragging it and crawling up the hill. And then they started shooting again. And each time, they were either right or left or high or low. Are you familiar with when they sit in to lay down a pattern? You know, they click in, click on, you do a machine gun on. You go across, a click, up, back, up, back.
Right.
And I was right in between them. But I was crawling up, and however I was doing, I was right in between those clicks. And so finally they stopped. And a little bit, one of the guys in my squad came out. And I said, get the corpsman and the stretcher bearers. I'm going to need help. So he run back, and another guy in the corpsman came out, and he put a tourniquet on my leg, and they grabbed me on the arms and pulled me up and got a couple of riflemen out of the foxhole and dropped me in. Then they fired again and hit right on the corner of the foxhole, or hit the guy that came out with the corpsman. Just busted him wide open. And so he and I were covered with blood. And he thought, well, I'd been hit again. Well, he did get hit because I was down in the hole, but he was still up a little bit. I think it hit him in the back of the chest. I forget what. So he gave me some stuff to patch him up, and then he gave me a shot of morphine. But I'm covered up now with sand. So when the corpsman came to get me, one of the for them at the stretcher bearers. One of them had been in my squad for about a month or so, and I trained him. He'd just come over before we left Hawaii, and so he recognized me. They had taken him out, and because he'd had some training, and put him in as a stretcher bearer there.
Yeah.
And gave me some more, and so they knew me. But when they reached down and grabbed my arms and pulled me up, saw that bloody stump, they dropped me. But it was a surprise. So they get me on the stretcher, and then they were running along, and it was a canvas type, and they barely got my rear end off the thing, and my rear end got tore up too. See, I had my back to it when the shell hit.
Right.
And it got it. So they kept hitting those rocks and stuff, see, and then by the time the shell went off, they'd drop me and jump in the hole. And I'm trying to explain, when you hear it, it's too late.
It's too late then.
You're not going to be able to do anything with that one. Anyway, they finally got me down to where the doctors and the corpsmen were. They had a big hole in the ground where they brought guys in to get them ready to haul out, put them on a landing craft, and take them out to the ship. And so that's when the corpsmen had taken care of me and getting all the information and the dog tag and stuff like that. And then he went to take my leg away, you know, and I put up a fuss. So he went to the doctor and told him I was kicking up a fuss, you know, and get that leg out of the way. Get the piece of gauze or tape and wrap it around the other one and get him out. They'll take care of him aboard ship. So I kid the doctor after that when he come to our reunion. He said, "Good thing I didn't have time to sew that thing on. I sewed it on backwards ahead of time."
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he died not long ago. He's